There are places in the world that do not need to be announced. They remain on the margins of the most crowded routes, sheltered among rugged mountains, dense jungles, or distant coastlines, and seem to reveal themselves only to those who stop to observe patiently. They rarely appear on popular lists or in tourist showcases, but they preserve something that is becoming increasingly rare, an intact identity. This journey is not about accumulating destinations, but about looking carefully and letting the experience lead the way. Each place is different, yet they all share that sense of authentic discovery. And as we move forward, tell us which country you are joining us from. Exploring is also about sharing. Number 12. Furongtown, China. Among the mountains of inland Yunnan, where humidity softens the contours and time seems to move at a different pace, lies the village of Furong. This historic enclave unfolds over a natural cliff with traditional wooden houses that adapt to the terrain as if they had always been part of it. A waterfall runs through the heart of the village, integrating into daily life and becoming the visual and acoustic axis of the landscape. Walking through Furong means crossing narrow walkways that connect balconies, staircases, and small courtyards, while red lanterns add warmth to the surroundings. The constant sound of water accompanies every step, creating a serene and enveloping atmosphere. At dusk, the lighting transforms the village into an intimate setting, where shadows and reflections enhance the depth of the space. This place invites unhurried observation, helping us understand how traditional architecture can coexist with nature without imposing itself. Furong shows that even in densely populated regions, there are still spaces that preserve their original character, reminding us that exploring also means respecting the balance between environment and culture. Number 11. Poas Volcano, National Park, Costa Rica. In the center of Costa Rica, Poas Volcano rises as an imposing and silent presence. Its crater, considerable in size, contains a lake of intensely turquoise waters, whose color seems to change with light and mist. Access to the viewpoints is provided by well-marked trails that cross humid forests, where the atmosphere transforms with every stretch. During the walk, the air becomes cooler or warmer depending on altitude, and the landscape fills with moss ferns and dense vegetation. Upon reaching the edge of the crater, the view opens unexpectedly. A vast cavity surrounded by slopes that alternate gray and green tones, creating a hypnotic contrast with the water inside. Beyond its visual impact, Poas conveys a deep sense of respect. It is a space that invites reflection on the natural forces that shape the planet. The visit, always carried out under safety and conservation guidelines, becomes an educational and contemplative experience, ideal for understanding how the Earth continues to transform itself constantly and silently. Number 10. Ronda, Spain. Ronda rises above a gorge more than 100 meters deep, creating one of the most unique urban scenes in southern Europe. The city seems divided into two worlds connected by the Puente Nuevo, a structure that links both sides of the historic center and offers views that invite silence and observation. Walking through Ronda means traveling through centuries of history, reflected in its cobbled streets, walls inherited from different eras and viewpoints open to the Andalusian landscape. White houses line the edge of the Tajo Gorge, blending naturally with the rock. From above, the surroundings unfold into gentle hills, open fields, and a light that constantly changes. This place does not impose itself through grandeur, but through balance. The architecture adapts to the terrain without concealing it, and every corner offers a new perspective. Ronda invites you to pause and observe how humans have learned to inhabit complex spaces with respect and creativity. It is a clear example of how exploration also involves understanding the relationship between landscape history and everyday experience. Number 9. Navagio Beach, Greece. On the island of Zakynthos, surrounded by light-colored rock cliffs forming an almost perfect arc, lies Navagio Beach. This coastal enclave stands out for the contrast between the whiteness of the sand and the deep blue of the sea, a color that seems to change with every reflection of the sun. Access is exclusively by sea, reinforcing the feeling of isolation and discovery. Upon arrival, the surroundings convey a special calm. The rocky walls protect the bay from the wind, creating an enclosed space where the sound of water takes center stage. In the middle of the beach, the remains of an old ship add a visual element that sparks the imagination, without disturbing the harmony of the landscape. From the viewpoints located at the top of the cliffs, the view offers a wide and almost unreal perspective. Navagio Beach is not just an iconic image, but a complete sensory experience. It invites careful observation, respect for the environment, and an understanding of how geography can create exceptionally beautiful settings when left intact. Number 8. Lake Alakol, Kazakhstan. In eastern Kazakhstan, between open plains and dry-toned mountains, Lake Alakol appears as an unexpected expanse of water. Its surface reflects colors ranging from deep blue to dark green, depending on light and sky conditions. This contrast with the arid landscape surrounding it makes the lake an immediate visual landmark. The area is characterized by its vastness and tranquility. The horizon stretches unobstructed, allowing a direct connection with the natural environment. Wind sweeps along the shoreline, and the sound of birds accompanies the experience, creating a serene and contemplative atmosphere. The lake's mineral composition gives it a distinctive, almost metallic sheen that sets it apart from other bodies of water. Alakol is a destination that invites pause. Far from the busiest circuits, it offers an opportunity to observe nature in its simplest and most honest state. Exploring this place means understanding the value of open, silent spaces, where the experience is based on observation and respect for the surroundings. Number 7. Bonifacio, France. At the southern tip of Corsica, Bonifacio sits atop a light-colored stone cliff that rises directly above the Mediterranean Sea. From a distance, the urban complex appears suspended in mid-air, with buildings adapting to the edge of the terrain in a striking way. This privileged location fully defines the experience of the place. Walking through its narrow streets is like entering a space where history is felt in every detail. The walls, passages, and squares reflect centuries of adaptation to the environment. From the citadel views open toward turquoise waters, natural caves, and a clean horizon line that conveys a sense of openness. Bonifacio combines visual strength with a delicate atmosphere. It is not just about observing the landscape, but about feeling how the surroundings influence the way it is inhabited. This town shows that exploration can be calm and reflective, offering an experience that naturally and respectfully connects architecture, geography, and perception. Number 6. Lake Louise, Canada. In the heart of the Canadian Rockies, Lake Louise appears as a tranquil surface surrounded by imposing peaks. Its turquoise color, the result of suspended glacial silt, varies throughout the day, offering different shades depending on light and season. The surroundings immediately convey a sense of order and serenity. The trails around the lake allow for safe and accessible exploration of the landscape, offering points from which to observe nearly perfect reflections of the mountains. Silence is one of the most present elements, interrupted only by the gentle sound of water and wind through the trees. Lake Louise does not seek to impress abruptly. Its beauty reveals itself, gradually inviting you to stop and observe carefully. It is a place that reinforces the idea that exploration does not always involve constant movement, but also the ability to remain still and understand the scale of the natural environment around us. Number 5. Bridal Veil Fall, United States. Within Yosemite National Park, the waterfall known as Bridal Veil Fall stands out for its elegant and ever-changing descent. Water drops from a high rock wall, and upon meeting, the air disperses into a light mist that varies with wind and light. The trail leading to its base allows for a gradual approach, accompanied by the constant sound of falling water. Each visit offers a different experience. Sometimes the cascade is clearly defined. Other times it seems to float, creating ephemeral shapes that transform within seconds. When sunlight passes through the mist, the visual effect becomes especially delicate. This waterfall represents nature in continuous motion. It is not a fixed element, but a dynamic expression of its surroundings. Exploring it means observing how the landscape changes without losing its essence, reminding us that natural beauty needs no artifice, only attention and respect to be fully appreciated. Number 4. Mu Cang Chai, Vietnam. In northern Vietnam, the mountains transform into a mosaic of rice terraces that cover the slopes with precision and harmony. Mu Cang Chai is the result of generations of careful work, where agriculture integrates into the landscape without altering it, creating an environment that is both visually striking and functional. During the growing season, the fields are dyed in intense greens that reflect sunlight. At harvest time, golden tones dominate the landscape, offering a completely different experience. Paths connecting villages allow this environment to be explored at a slow pace, accompanied by the sound of water flowing between the levels. This place is a lesson in balance. Human intervention does not break harmony, but reinforces it. Exploring Mu Cang Chai means understanding how a respectful relationship between people and land can create lasting landscapes where the experience is rooted in observation, calm, and connection with the environment. Number 3. Krka, National Park, Croatia. Krka National Park is characterized by a system of tiered waterfalls and natural pools, formed by water flowing over limestone rock. The landscape combines turquoise tones, abundant vegetation, and wooden walkways that allow visitors to explore the area without disturbing its natural balance. The route offers multiple observation points from which the constant flow of water and the life developing in the surroundings can be appreciated. Fish visible from the walkways, birds along the banks, and dense vegetation create a dynamic yet harmonious environment. The experience is immersive without being overwhelming. Krka stands out for its accessibility and its careful focus on conservation. Exploring this park is an opportunity to understand how nature can be generous when it is properly protected. It is a space where the experience is built through close observation and respect for natural processes. Number 2. Dolomites, Italy. In northern Italy, the Dolomites rise as a mountain range of defined forms and light tones. Their peaks, alpine meadows, and lakes reflect a diversity of landscapes that change with the light. At sunrise and sunset, the mountains take on a characteristic pink hue that transforms the surroundings. The valleys offer well-marked routes that allow safe exploration of the region, connecting refugees' viewpoints and open spaces. Alpine lakes reflect the sky and peaks with remarkable clarity, creating scenes that invite contemplation. This landscape needs no exaggeration. Its strength lies in the clarity of its forms and the sense of openness it conveys. Exploring the Dolomites is an experience that combines movement and pause, allowing the mountains to be understood as an accessible, inspiring space deeply connected to the perception of time and light. Number 1. Mount Cook, New Zealand. On New Zealand's South Island, Mount Cook rises as a dominant natural reference surrounded by glaciers, turquoise-hued lakes, and open valleys. The landscape conveys a sense of natural order, where each element seems to occupy its rightful place. Throughout the day, light transforms the slopes and surroundings, offering different perspectives without altering the serenity of the place. Mount Cook represents the essence of untouched spaces. It does not impose itself but invites observation. It is a destination that reinforces the importance of conscious exploration, where the experience is built through silence, attention, and respect for the scale of the natural world. When silence is also a landscape. There are places where silence is not absence but presence. It does not feel empty but full of nuance. These are spaces where everyday noise gradually disappears, and one begins to hear things that usually go unnoticed. The brushing of wind against leaves, the distant echo of water, even one's own breathing. The landscape does not need to be immense to have an impact. Sometimes an open plain, a quiet valley, or an unmarked path is enough for something to shift within. In these places, time seems to lose its urgency. No one pushes you to move forward or look quickly. Walking becomes slower, almost instinctive, as if the body understands there is no rush. This is not a journey to accumulate memories, but to live the moment attentively. Sitting for a while, observing how the light changes, noticing how the surroundings adapt effortlessly to their own rhythm. Exploring this way is not escaping the world, but returning to it with a different perspective. These places do not seek to impress, and precisely for that reason they leave a mark. When you leave, you do not carry a spectacular image but a feeling that is hard to explain. A calm that stays with you, and later appears in the middle of routine, reminding you that there are still corners where simply being present is enough. Closing. With this final destination, we reach the end of a journey that reminds us of something essential. The world still holds spaces that do not need to be famous to be valuable. These hidden paradises do not seek attention or impose themselves, but they leave a deep mark on those who move through them calmly and with an open gaze. They are places that teach without words, where the landscape invites us to stop, observe, and understand that beauty is not always evident at first glance. Traveling through these corners is a way to reconnect with authentic experience, one that is not measured by the number of places visited, but by what each one awakens within us. Every destination on this journey shows that there are still spaces capable of surprising, inspiring, and offering a silent lesson about balance and respect for the environment. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Tell us which country you are watching from and which of these places sparked your curiosity the most. It will be a pleasure to continue exploring together on the next journey.